Hi friends, today's video is a simple comparison of electric car and petrol car. For example, a person is going to market to buy an electric car. Of course, he will be thinking, should I buy an electric car or a petrol car? So in this video, we are trying to sort out that confusion. Presently, there are many arguments in the market, right? Some people says the cost of fuel is going to increase again further. Some people says petrol car cannot climb hills. Some says electric car is noise free, pollution free, so it's better. Some says electric car cannot go on a long drive because charging stations cannot found so easily. So there are a lot of arguments going on. So in this video, we are trying to sort out these confusions. The first comparison criteria for electric car and petrol car will be, of course, its cost, right? For example, if you are buying Tata Nexon diesel version, you have to pay around 11 lakh Indian rupees. That includes road tax, insurance, and all other charges. So the full payment of the car is around 11 lakhs. But if you are buying electric version of the same, that is Tata Nexon EV, you have to pay around 17 lakhs. The difference is around 6 lakhs. So you have to pay 6 lakhs more for that big car. Even if you are buying a small car, still there will be at least a difference of 2 to 3 lakhs for the electric car and petrol version. So which means electric cars are expensive than petrol cars. Second comparison criteria will be, of course, is fuel cost, right? Because to run the vehicle you need fuel and how much it is going to cost you. For example, if you are buying a diesel car, you have to pay around 100 rupees for 1 liter, right? That is approximate cost. If for diesel it is less than 100, petrol it is more than 100. So we take it as an average, 100 rupees per liter. With that 1 liter of fuel, you can drive almost 20 kilometers, right? Which means you will be spending 5 rupees per kilometer. Now, when it comes to Tata Nexon electric car, to fully charge the batteries, you need 30 units of electricity, right? And for cost of 30 units of electricity will be 30 into 6 is around 180 rupees. Now, with the same amount of charge, you can drive almost 200 kilometers, which means you will be spending 1 rupee per kilometer for the electricity. But in the case of electric car, you need to consider the depreciation of battery as well. Only then the cost of fuel will be complete. The price of Tata Nexon EV battery is around 6 lakh Indian rupees, right? And with that, if you're driving properly, you can easily drive 2 lakh kilometers. Which means you will be spending 3 rupees per kilometer in terms of depreciation of the batteries. Not just that, again the 6 lakh rupees you additionally spend on vehicle is coming from a loan, right? And for loans there is interest. So when you account that, it will be 4.5 rupees per kilometer. So that means it is 4.5 rupees for an electric car per kilometer, and the same is 5 rupees for a petrol or a diesel car, right? So the difference is not very big, right? But when you look into future, the cost of petrol or diesel can increase further, which can escalate the per kilometer cost from 5 rupees to 7 kilometers possibly, right? But in the case of electricity, the cost of electricity can come down even lower. The cost of batteries can come down even lower, considering the fact that per kilometer cost can come down to 3 rupees possibly. So now in the future, 3 rupees per kilometer for electric car and 7 rupees for petrol and diesel car. Now there is a big difference, right? Now the next comparison criteria is, of course, is maintenance, right? In the case of petrol cars, they have internal combustion engine, and on the other side, electric cars don't have internal combustion engine. Just because of this reason, it is generally said that electric cars have less maintenance and petrol cars have high maintenance. But what is the reality? Let's look into it. When it comes to the maintenance of car, first we need to consider the wear and tear of wheels. So wheels need replacement at particular intervals. Then there can be wear of brake pads. After that, wheel bearings comes. Then wheel alignment, wheel balancing, wheel rotation, shock absorber, air condition, stereo. So everything is almost the same for electric and petrol cars. So what is the big difference? The difference in electric car and petrol car is only in its engine. So the difference in maintenance between petrol car and electric car mainly comes in the engine. For example, petrol cars need oil replacement, right? But electric cars don't need oil replacement. Again, petrol cars need to be checked for pollution, right? Pollution under control test or pollution under control certificate. That is every 6 months for old cars and 1 year for new cars, right? The same requirement is not there for electric cars. Third thing is, to start an engine, you need a battery, right? For petrol car, you need a starting battery. But for electric car, the same can be done with the main battery. So you don't need a separate battery for electric car. But still, most of the electric cars have a separate battery for the internal requirements like window glass, stereo, interior lights, and so on. The fourth important criteria is its service life. Petrol cars are expected to run up to 30 years or 25 to 30 years before an engine overhaul. But in the case of an electric car, you can hardly drive 15-20 years, and that will be the end of the engine, right? Now the fifth important comparison criteria will be, of course, its resale value. That is how much money you will get if you sell the car after a few years of purchase. For example, you purchase electric car and petrol car today and you selling it after 1 year. For petrol car, you will get only 60%, but for electric car, you may get 75 to 80%. Now if you are selling after 3 years, petrol car cost can come down to 30%, very low. But for electric cars, you may still get 50 to 60%. Now if you are selling after 6 years, petrol car don't get anything, it will be scrap, maybe 10%. But for electric car, you still get 30 to 40%. So when it comes to resale price, petrol cars and electric cars has a big difference, right? The sixth comparison criteria is the suitability for long drive. When it comes to petrol car, going for a long drive is absolutely okay. On the other side, if you have electric vehicle and if you're planning to go beyond 150 kilometers or 200 kilometers, then you need to seriously look for charging stations. You need to plan the trip, otherwise it's not going to be that easy. But in another 2 years or maximum 3 years, you will be finding charging stations everywhere in India. So after 2 to 3 years, again you will find the batteries coming with very high range. So in that case, after 2 or 3 years, you buying an electric vehicle is absolutely okay. Now the seventh comparison criteria is, can electric cars climb hills? When it comes to petrol cars, even small cars are capable of climbing hills, right? And we are very sure about it. But when it comes to electric cars, small cars don't climb hills. Small cars are only good for city use because you can climb flyovers, can climb small hills, that's okay. But when it comes to steep hills, big hills, you need a big car. If you're buying electric car, buy a big car for that purpose. The eighth thing to consider is the air pollution. For a petrol car, we know it's highly polluting the atmosphere, right? But in the case of an electric car, the pollution levels are absolutely zero or almost nil, right? The next thing to check is sound pollution. And we know that petrol cars makes a lot of noise. Whether it is petrol or diesel cars, it makes a lot of noise, right? But in the case of electric cars, the noise is absolutely zero. The last thing to check in the case of electric and petrol car is its starting trouble. If you are using a petrol car occasionally, the car won't start, right? And you find it difficult to start because the battery has drained. Now you need to charge the batteries to start the car, right? Such situations can happen. But in the case of an electric car, such situations hardly happens because electric car is driven by the main battery. So after going through this video, I hope you got some idea about electric cars and petrol cars, and I hope you made your decision, right? In my opinion, if you have money to invest, it is always better to go for an electric car. End of the day, it is up to you.